Okay, here we go. It's time. Hi, I'm Courtney. I am a person that you're watching right now for some reason. So previously, I answered all of your questions from the YouTube community tab. Now, we're gonna be answering your anonymous questions. There's this app called NGL that you can use, like post on your story and then people will send you anonymous questions. So we used that. And here's some honorable mentions of some other questions I was asked. Interesting, I can already tell. So let's just get into it. We're gonna start it a little easy. Is there a project you're working on? Can't see you very often on Smosh vids anymore. No side projects. I actually, I took a week off and it happened to be on a shoot week. So even though I was only gone for a few days, it looks like I was gone for like a month. And then yeah, since I direct and I have a bunch of other responsibilities that are behind the scenes at Smosh, I'm not in like every single video because I need to do those other things. Or sometimes I'm directing the video that I'm not in. But I'm still here. Do you ever watch Smosh videos after filming? Usually, yeah, especially if I've directed the video, because if I direct the video, then I have to give editing notes on that video. So Josh, our wonderful editor, will put it into this program and then I will then watch the video actually a few times to give notes on it until it's ready. But in general, I try to watch all of our content just to like see how it's doing, see how it came out, see how the energy feels. You know, you gotta like, if you want to improve, you have to like see what you're doing. But when I'm not watching Smosh content, I'm watching Smosh clips out of context. Smosh clips is a very funny Twitter account that posts like little clips of funny moments from all of our videos pretty much. A fan runs that account and they are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Do you miss your past me sometimes? Honestly, not at all. I'm a big believer in like continuing to evolve and grow. So if I were to want to go back to an older version of me, like say me from a few years ago, I would be devolving. I also used to be very, like, if you were to look at me back in 2015, like, I was a very insecure person, and I do not miss that person at all. Sorry. You can still watch her. Those videos are still up. Will we ever get OnlyFans content or the not safe for work content that we all want from you? I can't help but feel really bothered by this because I get an alarming amount of questions like this, and they're not even questions sometimes. It's like, you need to start an OnlyFans. When's the OnlyFans happening? I've gotten entire essays submitted in my DMs of like why I need to start an OnlyFans. It's so wild to me, which, just to clarify, I think sex work is extremely important. But ever since OnlyFans became a thing, I stopped getting the send nudes message and started getting the start an OnlyFans message. It feels like men are taking this business model and using it as a way to say send nudes to people who don't want to send them nudes. They're using this in a way to like weirdly pressure women or inappropriately telling women that they need to send them sexual content. It's a shitty cop-out. I'm just gonna say it. And there are a ton of very talented creators on OnlyFans right now. So go support them or Google titties and leave me alone. This just shows how many of these people can't get past seeing women or female presenting people as sexual objects. And I'm not the one. Do you ever think your boobs are carrying Smosh? Yeah, we're really seeing some true colors from you guys today. No, I don't. Do people using only she, her pronouns affect you? Not really. I mean, like, I still see myself as she, her, and then also they, them, but it's like, if I'm called she, her, it's fine. And then if people say they, them, I'm like, aw, I feel seen. I will say though, like when someone calls me a girl, hey girly is fine. It feels like hey girly is like the same as hey dude, where it's just like, whatever. But when someone calls me a girl, internally to myself, I'm like, oh, that's not me. But it's like, I don't feel any negativity toward the person who said it, really. That's just my journey. I know it's different from other people, but have you ever been stalked by a fan? Yeah. I don't really know how much I can talk about it because there are like legal things involved. But it's a very real thing. There's a group of fans in every community that will like take things way too far. And some of those fans genuinely think what they're doing is okay, even though it's not. That's all I'm gonna say about that for now. Would you ever publicly date a woman? Why did I say woman like that? Like, woman. Would you ever publicly date a woman? I don't think I would publicly date anybody because that is a very different thing from just dating someone. Publicly dating is a lot. That's my private life, and some people just make it weird online sometimes. I've noticed you're showing more of your body this year. Any reason? This is also, by the way, this is not an accurate observation. I feel like I've shown my skin quite a bit sporadically throughout my adult life, but any choice that I make with my body is probably just because I can and I want to. I really don't even need to answer this question. I just like want to show you guys the kind of questions. It's interesting, the questions I get when there's no name attached. Do you snore? No. Do you snore? Yeah, yeah. Who was your sexual awakening? Let me show you. Wonder Woman was my sexual awakening, and you'll know why, because this book was at my mom's house growing up because I was a joint custody kid. Let's just go through a few. Okay, hold on, we're getting into the lore. First we get into the lore of the Wonder Woman book. More lore. Trust me, you'll see. Ladies, ladies, ladies. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. What? She's fighting Nazis? That's so hot. This is my OnlyFans. So yeah, that was my sexual awakening. When was the last time you cried? Therapy, I think. But I'm a crier, dude. I cry. I feel things very hard, so I'm definitely a crier. Have you ever wanted to experience polyamory? I know a ton of people who are polyamorous, but I'm just not built that way. Especially being demi. Like, I need to be connected to a person, and just one person. How do you balance normal life with YouTube life? Are you approached frequently in public? My job's interesting because even though it's technically a 9 to 5, I am essentially under a microscope 24/7. That's how it is for virtually everybody on the internet, but I don't think I get recognized a ton. My theory is that because I will be with other cast members and they will get recognized, but I won't. And I think it's either because I change my hair so often that they don't recognize me, or maybe I suck. But when I do get recognized, most people are really cool. Because at the end of the day, I'm just a guy. What is your favorite way to de-stress after a hard day? I used to work out at night. Like, that used to be my thing because I would just all my anger out. But nowadays, I just like to get home, eat some good food, and like watch TV. I go on TikTok a lot, probably too much. I stretch and I journal. I don't know. Sometimes I take a bath. I should be better about that. I need to be better. I should have some better de-stressor things. Do you ever regret working at Smosh? No, not at all, actually. I feel like I was built for this job. I know that sounds weird. You're not really like, it's not like, it sounds lame. I'm like, I was born for this job. I genuinely feel like, I just think it was meant to be, and it's great. I'm happy. Do the shortney shippers get annoying? No, only if they cyberstalk you. Worst habit. Have you ever had a surgery? Yeah. 2019, I had a cancer scare and had something removed from my body, put under for that. I woke up like streaming tears after the surgery, and I was like, why am I crying? And they're like, oh, it happens when you're young and you are put under anesthesia. You'll like cry a lot when you come back. It was so strange. Who was the last person you texted? Let's see. Last person I texted was Spencer. Last person I texted at this moment was Spencer. We were talking about tattoos. All right. Personality or looks? I feel like looks are just a bonus to the personality in my eyes. Like, that's just my experience. I've dated all over the map in terms of looks. Whether a person is average looking, nothing special, or like freaking insane looking, it's still the personality and the way that they make me feel like emotionally, that I'm attracted to. And then yeah, looks are just like a plus. But also, like, when you really get to know somebody, especially if they're funny, if someone is funny, they are like 30 times hotter, like genuinely 30 times hotter, like confident and funny. Like Charlie Day, prime example from New Girl. Jake Johnson, not traditionally attractive, but so hot because they're so funny. Have you ever cheated? You gotta be honest, LOL. No, I've never cheated unless you count in like 5th grade, spring break over AIM. I said yes to 2 different boys asking me out, but then like after a day it was over. Like we were broken up. But yeah, I've never cheated, but I have been cheated on. So that's everything. All right, guys, I'll be answering more of your questions in the comments down below, and let me know what other content you want to see. I'm planning on doing a bunch of different stuff, but I'd love to hear what you guys are most interested in. And yeah, again, I will be answering questions in the comments. Love you. See you very soon. Mwah.